And we started as just a small idea in my apartment in Manhattan. It was a one-bedroom, very tiny apartment for those of you who have spent time in New York. And it started with a group of women who were really committed to giving back. We all work in the entertainment industry, approximately 120 of us, many of whom were top-level executives from every area of the industry, from MTV, BET, you name it, across the board, came together and said, you know what, we've got to do our part and work from the inside out to give back to young women and lend a helping hand. So for those of you who are interested in working in the entertainment industry, I think this is the event for you. Those who are interested in other areas of business, we have women here who represent all of those areas. So hopefully you will be inspired by today's event.
My career in entertainment started very differently than it looks right now. I started as a young lawyer who was also a singer. I've been a singer my entire life. And I was that singer in Detroit that went to school and sang in bands at night. I used to record house music. I'm telling my age. Yes, I did. And wedding bands. I was just that girl around town that sang with people. That translated into me coming here to Atlanta is where my professional career began. I started a music production company right off of Edgewood Avenue here in Atlanta and signed several artists who got record deals with major labels in New York. Moved to New York, and in a crazy twist, a British documentary company wanted to chronicle the lives of very interesting women in New York that they deemed to be real-life Sex and the City style women, which meant pretty successful, very single, and couldn't figure out why. Needless to say, out of thousands, I made it. Very single at the time, and that show is what led me to a career in television. From that show, them chronicling my life as a lawyer and as an entertainer, I got television offers, and for the last 8 or 9 years or so, I have worked in television full time, and in addition, ran my own companies. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
I started off not in entertainment, but in medical malpractice, and I had been around a lot of entertainers all my life, and so a good friend of mine, Shakir Stewart, a lot of people know him, and Ryan Cameron, they said, hey, you should go into entertainment law, and they said, we got a gimmick, and long story short, I'm here. After one night, I began to travel on the road with several hip-hop stars, and people started calling me the hip-hop attorney, and long story short, I represent mostly men. I have a boutique firm here in Atlanta. I'm nationally based out of New York, California, Georgia, Louisiana, and Florida. So I travel quite a bit, taking very high-profile cases. A lot of people know me from also the Tiny and Toy Show. I was a consultant producer on that. So I'm always sort of behind the scenes, but a little bit in front of the scenes. I do a lot of ghostwriting, a lot of great things that I probably can't name them all. I've been president of the Bar Association. I'm a national fundraiser for the Democratic Party, but I'm not doing legal work and writing and all this other good stuff. So it's a pleasure to be here today. I have a very warm feeling for women. I went to a boarding school, all-girls boarding school, so I've always been around women, love women, and love men too.
My name is Kyra, and I'm an Atlanta-based actor. I guess some of the projects I've known for is, of course, working with Mr. Perry, Why I Get Married, The Family That Prays, also his TV shows. And last fall, I was the lead in BET's first scripted sitcom, Somebody's. And for me, I've just always loved to perform. And I didn't really necessarily shoot off to LA to do it. So Atlanta has kind of been my home base. I think it's just a great place to grow as a performer. And I'm glad to be here today. I'm just looking forward to giving some feedback and hearing what you guys have to say.
Well, I am obviously Nina Brown, as stated earlier, and for those of you who don't listen to the Frank and Wanda Morning Show, I am the producer. Also, I associate produce for the Frank and Wanda TV show. My story is kind of different. I've been in the industry for a total of 5 years. I take pride that my story is a very grassroots, so to speak. At 23, I decided I wanted to actually follow my dream. I was tired of working the corporate, job and just getting a check and not really being fulfilled by it. So I went back to school, got an internship, and was told that I would never, got an internship, thought I wanted to be on air, but then decided, you know what, it's a lot harder than people think it is, and I wasn't ready for that. So I decided I wanted to become the producer of the Frank and Wanda Morning Show. Was told after sacrificing a whole lot and giving up a whole lot, and at the time, well, my 9-year-old was 4 at the time, I was told, you'll never be the producer of the Frank and Wanda Morning Show by our programming director. Was told because I didn't have enough experience. I was just an intern. I didn't know anybody. You had to know people like Shaka and Lula and important people, and I didn't know who they were. And I remember hearing even from our programming director that, well, even Frank doesn't think you're ready for it yet. And I remember walking out of his office, like, on the verge of tears, and I said, you know what? I'll show them. Like, I understand that's what's supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to be in this position at this level at this time, but I also know that what is for me is for me. So I worked hard, and here I am, and I have a spirit of transparency. I never understood it until a few years ago, but now I understand why I'm so transparent, because I remember being in the position that many of you probably are in, just wanting to pursue a dream or follow a passion and not knowing the steps to take. And I take pride in being able to say, if you do it the way that I did it, you'll be okay, because there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. Relationships are very important, but I tell people, lastly, in closing, I'll say, I tell people when they hear me on the radio, I say that's the personality. You may not always agree with my personality, but the character that I instill is really what I'm most proud of and what I continue to work on and grow. And my character is one that's of honesty, integrity, and really just, humility, honestly. So, if you understand that there's a balance, you too can be where all of us are, wherever you aspire to be. And hopefully you'll use me as an example that it can happen. Thank
My
you.
name is Shaka Zulu, as introduced earlier, and I do a number of things, so I love to call myself the head intern in charge. So that means I'm willing to do any and all things that are progressive, for business, for relationships, for friends, for people that I like working with, to further, my vision. The short story is, as a number of people, I started out from an internship perspective. I was born into music and entertainment, but it wasn't my focus. Came to college here at Clark University. It was just a passion. Music and entertainment was just a passion. Love the Florida, love hip hop, love music. Came here to Clark, just got into college life. Was an account major. Just enjoyed my life here at Clark, and then at a certain point, I just started focusing on what I did. I didn't like working for anybody. I couldn't keep a job. I worked at every fast food place ever. I'm saying every single one of them. And then, fast on the grill. Right? But at a given point, you just know that you really can't, it's not a spiritual work for somebody, or in the way that they want you to work on, and you have to start figuring it out. And, then somebody just said one day, if you can make your hobby your career, you'll always enjoy going to work. And so I said, well, what is it that I love the most? Which was, it didn't matter what it was, it didn't matter what was going on in my life. I went to clubs, I went to a concert, I watched a video, I did something in and around music and entertainment. So I started making strides towards that. And, and Shanti will tell you, we started right around the same time. That was internships. For me, I started out just trying to show people that I have value. And sometimes you don't know how to put value in yourself, so well, pay me for it. So I just said, well, give me the opportunity to show you how valuable I am. I don't care if you make money off me, as long as I make some money too. So, that was the mentality I take, because, of course, we're like, I need $100,000, I'm not taking that job, I want $100,000. You can't make those type of statements in the beginning. So you got to move, and that's what I got out here and did in relationships. And Nina said it was very, 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 very key. And at that time, all I wanted to do was just have my respect. I didn't know what was going to come out of it. I said, if I